What's up, everybody? It's 2:30 in the morning, Tuesday morning. I just got home from rehearsal with Holy Grail. Went well. The guys hustled, giving it 110, so it's going to be a good tour. A tour that's starting a whole day later than I was expecting, so I got to get better with a calendar. So, son of a bitch. Episode 4, Cliff Notes of Eli.
Ladies and gentlemen, here for Eli Santana, local San Diego youth, and Guitar Hero.
Is that on the air?
What is up? Episode 4, the Cliff Notes of Eli. What's been going on? Yeah, just kind of getting ready for this tour. So we're leaving in a couple days. So I'm starting to freak out like I usually do. You think with how many times I've done this, I'd kind of have it down, but it goes really to the procrastination. Everything that you plan to do, it just time went by. I don't know what happened. And there was a lot of stuff that I wanted to get done before leaving, and I just didn't. And then it's kind of like, well, I'm on the road now. There's nothing I can do. I guess I'll get to that in a month. So, anybody that wanted to hang out that I didn't hang out with, I'm sorry. I'll get you next time. Yeah, we're trying to get some stuff together for the Holy Grail tour with Ex Mortis, Fellowship of the Strings, and I really, really hope it all comes together because it's going to be really cool doing stuff we have not done before. So we'll see. It's going to be a photo finish because I procrastinate. But I will get to a question, right to a question. Thanks everybody for sending me questions. So I'm going to go right here to our friend Curtis Schmidt. Man, thank you for the kind words. I'm glad you're digging the videos. This is really weird to do this, so to hear you say that, it's awesome. But yeah, basically what Curtis asked is about playing and singing, which it's funny, I don't really see a lot of stuff online, and I'm not saying that this will have the answers, but yeah, I'll get right into it. So, like, how I approach it initially is I just go for it and hope for the best. And sometimes I get lucky. So I'm hoping for those times, like, it just kind of all comes together. But a lot of times it doesn't. There's a lot of people who can just, like, play and sing anything, and I'm totally jealous. But if it doesn't come together, just kind of going for it, then yeah, I'll start breaking stuff down. And the really cool thing you can practice is trying to get the vocals just completely second nature, where you're not thinking about melody, or if you're screaming, not thinking about breaking up your voice, or definitely not thinking about the lyrics. So basically where you can do anything and sing it and sound good, and focus on the guitar. But when it's like really hard, this is going to sound really weird, but I try to imagine that I'm not doing either, and then I'm just listening to the song, like from, like, I guess outside of my body, and it kind of just like it puts me in a weird spot where I can do both pretty well. But if it's like really, really difficult, like different rhythms on top of each other, I will like break it down. And you actually have a question here about a follow-up question. Should I slow the song way down and try to practice that way? Yes, and that's what I do. And I'll pick the sections that I'm having trouble with, and I'll just go over and over and over again, like super slow, and make sure everything's falling into place. And it's painful, but if you can record yourself you can hear that, like, wow, that's really way off. I've done that a couple times when I just couldn't pull it together. And you can really hear, like, oh, that's where I'm going wrong. Let me see what else you say here. Other ideas. Another idea too is if you can I'm going back to Guitar Pro. If you can put it into Guitar Pro and put the vocal line and see everything line up, or you could just see the waveforms, like if you record yourself into like, Logic or Pro Tools, you could see where the waveforms are, and you could see like, oh, I say this word on the upbeat of this part. And that's another really, really nerdy way. If in a perfect world, that's how I would break down all the playing and singing I've ever done. But it's rock and roll too. You just got to swing for the fences. Yeah, man. Thank you, Curtis. I'll actually do a little demonstration here. I'm lazy, so I broke out my acoustic. So I'm gonna do part of a song from Ride the Void called Crosswinds. It's the screaming part I do. Because it's atonal and we don't really have to worry about melody on this. And I'll kind of break it down. And I'll just talk it. I'm not gonna scream at you. All systems overloaded, all weapons locked and loaded, all systems overloaded, caught up in the crosswind. Yeah, that sounds silly, but you can kind of hear the first phrase, all systems overloaded, kind of goes with the riff. All systems overloaded. And I'm not like singing the riff, but you can hear like the accents. So right there you can break down like all systems, all systems, all systems, and then overloaded. Over the part is overloaded, and that kind of just goes with it, and it makes it easy if you can really see like on the fretboard where the words are falling in. This is kind of like an easier example. Like for the caught up in the crosswinds, it basically goes with it. Caught up in the cross. So it's best if you can, when writing, like if you're writing the melodies, to play and sing when you're writing it, because then you kind of do more what comes natural. I rarely do that. I'll like write a really hard riff and then write a melody that's just like the complete opposite rhythmically, and then you end up just like doing the whole thing where you're trying to pat your head and rub your stomach, or is it the other way around? Yeah, that one. Or you get the people who can't do either, and they're like swatting at their head. So yeah, hopefully that kind of helps out. Sorry for the terrible version of Crosswinds on an acoustic guitar. But yeah, I hope that helps and gives insight into playing and singing. So yeah, more questions, go the Cliff Notes of Eli at Gmail, or do the hashtag if you're on Twitter. Hashtag the Cliff Notes of Eli. Twitter, Alien Satan. Instagram, Alien Satan. And Snapchat, Alien Satan. And yeah, hopefully you guys come out for this tour, the Fellowship of the Strings. Hashtag Fellowship of the Strings tour. Yeah, I'm gonna go back to flipping out about going on tour. So thank you guys.